Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown 205 Live results for May 22nd, 2020. Birthdays. Only got birthdays for the 22nd. SmackDown Superstar Daniel Bryan turned 39 years old, while NXT Superstar Santana Garrett turned 32. NXT UK Superstar Joe Kofi turned 32. Former WWE star Scott Putski turned 53. Tough Enough competitor Daniel Bryan turned 42. Former TNA knockout Tracy Brooks turned 45, and former WCW star SoCal Val turned 49. Also would have been the 58th birthday of Brian Pillman. Former WWE Superstar Buff Bagwell is on Cameo at this link, where he charges $50 for a video. Many other superstars use Cameo as a means to connect with fans. Roman Reigns recently created an account. Also, Dolph Ziggler recently bought a video from Hornswoggle as well. However, Bagwell's recent Cameo video caught a lot of fans by surprise, and his face was visibly bruised. He also had a slight slur as he was doing the video. He did address his bruised face in the beginning of the video. "I'm buff and I'm the stuff, and the girls can't get enough. Look at me. I got a broke face, and I'm still looking. Look at me. So I'm still good looking. Look at me," Bagwell said as he removed his sunglasses to show his face. "Do not adjust your screen. I am still this good looking. Are you kidding me?" The rest of the video addresses a fan that was in distress due to the quarantine everyone is under due to COVID-19 pandemic. Bagwell said that everyone else stressed out about quarantine, including himself, to the point that he disturbingly says he would put his girlfriend in a chokehold, who was holding the camera for the video as he transitioned to the things that people can be doing under quarantine. Well, guess what, MFer? We all are. Are you effing kidding me? I'm about to tear my own house up right now. I'm thinking about putting a chokehold on my girlfriend. Who's all the camera? Also the cameraman, just in this. Bagwell says his girlfriend moves the camera for effect. I'm over it. But you still have TV and YouTube. You just toss back a six-pack and watch a few great matches. Former WCW Superstar Van Hammer Mark Hildreth has pled guilty to one count of DUI causing property damage and injury as a part of a plea deal with Palm Beach County of Florida. As I mentioned this a couple of weeks back on his melee that he did, PW Insider reports that Hammer has been sentenced to 1 year of probation, 1 year of suspension of his driver's license, and 1 year of having an interlock device placed on his vehicle. Hammer was also found guilty of leaving the scene of an accident. A speeding ticket was dismissed. The guilty plea was made official on April 29th in an agreement that saw Hammer get sentenced on just the DUI charge. 60-year-old Hammer struck a 5-year-old boy who was riding a bike with his father on Sunday, January 26th. The boy was thrown onto the hood of Hammer's car, according to a police report. The boy was admitted to the local hospital as a trauma patient with possible internal injuries and road rash. The police report noted that Hammer got out of the car after the accident, claimed the boy jumped out in front of his car, and then drove away. The witness followed Hammer to his home and then identified him to police. Hammer was found on his front steps and then taken into custody. The police report also noted that Hammer smelled of alcohol and refused a breathalyzer test. It was estimated that Hammer was driving 58 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. Hammer reportedly hit the boy when his bike veered into the street, and you can see it all at this link. The father picked up the son off the road, said Eric Tilghman to the Washington Times. Tilghman is a man who lived nearby and was driving when he saw Hammer's car strike the child. He is also the man who followed Hammer home. Also took photographs of the wrestler. He continued, "The kid was crying. The dad was crying. The guy was out of the car. I'm looking at the guy, and he's getting back in the car, and we're yelling at him, "Don't you leave, don't you leave." It was noted in court records within the terms of probation, Hammer must attend a victims impact session. There he will learn how DUIs have affected people who have been victims. The victims of Hammer's case have been notified of his plea agreement and are not seeking restitution. Hammer, who had several traffic violations in Florida, along with a 1985 DUI in Texas, 2004 DUI in Georgia, was given 4 days' worth of credit towards his 1 year of probation for the 4 days he spent in jail. The United States Coast Guard has suspended the search for former WWE Superstar Shad Gaspard, according to TMZ. There was at least one boat still searching for the 39-year-old Gaspard this morning, but it was noted that chances of finding Gaspard were fading fast. While the search has been suspended, the case is not closed until officials find Gaspard, who is still considered a missing person. The search efforts have been drastically scaled back for now, according to the latest report. As of noted, Gaspard went missing in the ocean on Sunday while swimming with his 10-year-old son. I did this on my RAW video. They were around 700 feet from shore when they were caught in a strong rip current. Chad instructed the first lifeguard to respond to his son first, and they did. That saved the son's life. A large wave reportedly then crashed down on Chad shortly after that, and he went under. Gaspard hasn't been seen since. Also on Monday night, Chad's family issued a statement through several wrestlers, including Hall of Famers Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston MVP, and Lance Archer. The statement reads, "At Chad Beast, family appreciates all the love, support, and concern due to this horrible ordeal. At this time, they are not ready to make any public or official statements to any media outlet and ask all to respect their wishes." Former WWE announcer Lillian Garcia posted a Twitter video from the beach and called on fans to pray for Gaspard and his family. WWE Superstar Shad Gaspard had passed away at the age of 39. Also, earlier in the morning, unidentified body was found in the sand on Venice Beach, near where Gaspard went missing on Sunday. While swimming with his 10-year-old son, the discovery was made about halfway between the Venice Beach pier and the lifeguard headquarters by two people walking on the beach around 1:30 in the morning, local time, according to the Los Angeles Police Department spokesperson. In an update, Los Angeles Fire Department just held a news conference and confirmed that the body was Gaspard. According to TMZ, I'd like to send my condolences to the Gaspard family and friends. Superstar Roman Reigns recently got some new ink as well, a new tattoo. Tattoo artist Michael Fatuotua posted a video. I'll go ahead and do it now. And this link of it. On TikTok of Reigns' new back tattoo. Reigns has been out of action since WrestleMania 36 due to the concerns performing during the coronavirus pandemic. During a recent interview with TMZ Sports, Reigns said that he's doing well and the decision to take time off was based on his family. He said that he misses performing in front of the crowd, but it's not sure when he will be returning to the ring. We're just going day by day, taking this time how it comes, Reigns said of his return. We're in weird times. These are brand new times for us. This is a new normal, and we're just trying to collect as much information and make the most educated choice possible. It's something that, going forward, will protect, like I said, my family and myself. But I definitely want to get out there. I definitely want to be back to normal and just performing for the fans. It's tough to be a performer who's not performing. Superstar Mickie James has joined forces with WWE Women's Champion, former WWE Champion Lisa Marie Varon, and former TNA star SoCal Val for a new project on YouTube called GAW TV. That's GAW. At this link, GAW stands for Grown Ass Woman, what it's called. Sorry for kids watching. I said a bad word. Their channel description on YouTube reads, GAW TV is here featuring grown-ass women talking about life and having fun. First episode of GAW TV is entitled Quarantini and is scheduled to premiere later at 5 p.m. YouTube embedded for the premiere can be seen. So I gave you that link there for you. Premiere also can be seen. Mickie, Varon, and Val will be live chatting with fans as the premiere airs. Synopsis for the premiere episode reads like this. Welcome to Grown Ass Women TV. In our premiere episode, we discuss what you can expect from the show with our sassy trio of hosts, Mickie James, Lisa Marie Varon, and SoCal Val. We want to hear from you on social media. Join the conversation by using our official hashtag GAW TV. The trio also launched a website at GAWTV.com. The name Grown Ass Women, very important nonsense, is used there, and the following blurb was posted. Grown Ass Women is a show for strong, opinionated women who embrace their femininity while keeping it real. Hosted by a sassy trio of Mickie James, Lisa Marie Varon, and Valerie Wyndham, who are also known for their careers in pro wrestling. Get ready to get loose and have a laugh with these unfiltered ladies as they discuss topics ranging from current events, careers, and relationships to fashion, beauty, wine, music, and more. Twitter account for GAW TV is located at the Gateway TV. The GAW TV, I mean. It builds the new product as a show about very important nonsense. Several pro wrestling stars are remembering former superstar WWE Superstar Shad Gaspard on Twitter. Also noted that I already posted he died at the age of 39. I won't go into that any further than that. Triple H tweeted to remember Gaspard and wrote, I join fans around the world as we remember Shad as a beloved performer and a caring father. In absolutely tragic circumstances, please keep his loved ones in your thoughts. WWE's Director of Talent Development and Head of Global Recruiting, William Regal, also praised Gaspard in a tweet today. My deepest condolences to the family of Shad Gaspard. Always when I was around him, a lovely, smiling man, and his showing of the ultimate gesture of being a real man and a father when it matters. Mean more than any words I could write, as Regal wrote. Shane McMahon was one of many to call Shad a hero and a great man. Sad to hear the news of the passing of the beast, Shad Gaspard, a hero even to the end. My thoughts and prayers are with his family at this time. A great man in this world, you will be sorely missed. Rest in peace, my friend, Shane tweeted. Hall of Famer Mick Foley was also among those who sent support to Shad's wife and son. He wrote, Rip Shad Gaspard. My heart goes out to Shad's wife and child. My prayers that his memory will soon soothe their sadness over time. Hashtag Rip Shad Gaspard at Shad Beast. The Rock wrote last night, my prayers and hope for Shad Gaspard's wife and son and family during this unthinkable time. Man, this is a tough one. A really tough one. Great guy. ESPN's Mark Kriegel has a new story on his friendship with the former WWE Superstar Shad Gaspard and Shad's disappearance while swimming with his 10-year-old son, Ray, at Venice Beach in California on Sunday. The lifeguard who first responded to Shad and his son around 4 p.m. local time on Sunday, between 50 and 70 yards off the shore, said Gaspard was caught in a strong rip current enveloped in what's called an impact zone. The best way I can describe it, he said Henichi Haskett, section chief of the L.A. County Fire Department Lifeguard Division, who personally debriefed the lifeguard. It's like being inside a front-loading washing machine. The waves keep crashing on you, pushing you down. I've been through it. I've been through that. Those kind of rescues, you think you might die. This was the first weekend where Los Angeles County opened its beaches since the coronavirus stay-at-home order was issued. Swells were 6 foot and the current was fast. Water was choppy due to the bad weather. Shad and his son were now 200 yards north of where the lifeguard first spotted them. The lifeguard tried to deliver a rescue can, small buoy-like device to tow distressed swimmers back to shore to Shad and his son, but the boy was unable to secure it due to the size of the waves. The lifeguard, who also has a middle school age son, was now presented with an excruciating dilemma as he recognized how big Shad was, 6 foot 6 inches, around 270 pounds. Based on the gentleman's size and the conditions in the water, Haskett said, These are choices we do not want to make. The lifeguard reported that Shad told him to rescue his son first. Take my son, Shad said. Less than three minutes later, Shad's son was safe on the shore, physically unharmed, but deeply distraught. Dad told me to push off to the guy. Shad's son told Steve Smith, firefighter paramedic from Rescue 63 in Venice. Shad's son kept saying that. Dad told me to push off to the guy. Lifeguard then turned back to make a quick return to the ocean and saw Shad again. A wave pushed him under and into the impact zone, and said Haskett, he didn't resurface after that. The rescue divers went in immediately after Shad. Coast Guard then got involved with the search rescue attempt, and the search went until sundown on Sunday. The search resumed at 7 a.m. on Monday, went for several hours despite bad weather and rough water. Also, earlier, Coast Guard suspended their search earlier in the day, but the Los Angeles Police Department is still looking for Shad, who was still considered to be missing person. Krieger also wrote about his friendship with Gaspard. He related how WWE Chairman Vince McMahon once told Shad that there are two kinds of people: those who want to mourn the hero and those who want him to return. Vince's theory of the audience, Shad told Krieger, was based in part of his favorite movie, the classic western Shane, which ends with a boy calling to his hero, leaving the audience to wonder if Shane is more mortally wounded. Will he live or will he return? Undertaker joined a Big Cat and PFT commentator on a recent episode of Pardon My Take. They talked about the current Last Ride docuseries about Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. One of the things most iconic about Undertaker is his entrance, most notably the length of his entrance. He was asked whether he would time out the entrances beforehand. A lot of times that would just depend on my opponent. Like if I was working with somebody that was limited or thought I was going to have a crappy match with. I was like, I'm going to get my money's worth out of this entrance. Undertaker revealed. There were the times where I would take a little bit of extra time because I knew the match was going to be horrible. I figured might as well give it to them on the entrance because they're going to be disappointed once the bell rings. Undertaker is also known for being a leader in the locker room. Undertaker said that he grew into the role because Vince was not willing to help him out when he started out in wrestling business. When I came up, I was green in the business. Guys didn't help you at all. And if they did say something, a lot of times it was completely wrong. And they were just trying to screw you up because everybody was so protective of their spots. Undertaker said, once I got to WWE and got into that character and everything was rolling, my mindset was okay. I got to make people better. I have to be able to create people so that we have new talent coming in and new fresh people. If you showed a little bit of motivation and inspired to work, then I would help guys. The Big Show told the story of Undertaker chewing him out backstage, and it was that balance of business and locker room leader that gained him trust between management and the locker room. He also said that he would not accept any excuse for any unprofessionalism behavior. Both sides would see to that. The office saw takers trying to help these guys, and the boys were like, man, this guy's on this spot of the card and is willing to help me. So I kind of built a trust on both sides. It was strange because it kind of went against what our business was like. There were boys and there were management. There were boys never trusted management. The management was like, oh, the boys are going to screw something up. So I ended up fitting somewhere in the middle, Undertaker said. So I was trusted on both sides. I was always one of the boys, but they also knew me. With business always comes first. It's not secret what we had a pretty serious night, life back in the day, but it was never allowed as an excuse to come in being sloppy, getting in trouble. I wouldn't put up with that, all that stuff. On the topic of favorite entrances, Undertaker went through his various characters, but named his old school entrance as his favorite. He also talked about WWE production crew members were always excited to work with Undertaker on his WrestleMania entrance. When I did the switch from Undertaker to the American Badass using Kid Rock's song, and it fit so well for what we were trying to do. That had a lot of juice. When we lost the rights to that, Limp Bizkit, that worked too. I think for the entrance, the old school Undertaker entrance with the smoke and the fire, one of my favorite ones was when I came from underneath and I had all the shadows and it looked like all the souls from hell were trying to grab me. That was one of my favorites. Undertaker said, man, we've done so many. That production crew was so talented, they can't wait those couple days before Mania for me to come in for rehearsal just to show me what they could come up with. There is a long-standing story about Vince McMahon hating it when people sneeze in front of him. Arn Anderson had thought it was a rib at first, and while Vince was not mad at Stephanie, she admitted he was slightly annoyed by it. AEW's Brody Lee even spoofed it on an episode of Dynamite. Undertaker was also asked about it. How I never sneeze, actually, I leave the room, Undertaker revealed. I actually get away with a lot more than many people do. Taker was also asked about a rumor that he was afraid of cucumbers. The question led to a fun back and forth between Undertaker and the host. Okay, let's get this straight. We've had a good conversation, Undertaker said. I'm not scared of cucumbers. I just don't like cucumbers. I just like the idea of Undertaker, the biggest badass ever. If you just bring a cucumber into the room, you'll make him a little kid. Big Cat said. I'll probably leave the room. I'm going to run. Undertaker joked. If they're whole, that's one thing. If they're cut up, woo! If your cucumber man is someone that can be used, that's how you should have lost at WrestleMania. Big Cat added. Cucumber man coming out and slewing cucumbers at your face. People would have bought that a lot more if I slipped on a cucumber. Undertaker remarked, man, the hair on my neck is starting to stand up. Also noted, cable TV guides had announced a match and a segment for Monday's tape WWE RAW on Memorial Day. Champion Drew McIntyre on the VIP lounge with the MVP, plus a triple threat to determine the number one contender to the Raw Women's Champion Asuka with Nia Jax, Natalya, and NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. WWE confirmed the match, the segment with a promo during tonight's SmackDown, which you can hear in the results. It was also confirmed that triple threat winner will challenge Asuka for the title at Backlash. Also noted, the only other match announced for Monday's Raw was Apollo Crews versus U.S. Champion Andrade for the title. WWE continued to tape main event episodes during the coronavirus pandemic. At the Close Performance Center. Last week's episode featured Jinder Mahal defeating Denzel DeJournay and Bianca Belair defeating Ruby Riott. Championship to Twitter after SmackDown apparently blamed Michael Cole for his main event loss to Jeff Hardy in a Intercontinental title tournament. This ain't over, Cole, Sheamus wrote. Sheamus has bullied Cole for a few weeks during the segments where Cole promoted Hardy's return. The Blue Brand main event saw Hardy fight back to defeat Sheamus and advance to the next Friday show, where he will face Daniel Bryan in the semis. No word yet what they have planned for Sheamus and Cole, or if Sheamus versus Hardy feud will continue. This week's main event episode on Hulu featured Jinder Mahal defeating Akira Tozawa and Ricochet, with Cedric Alexander defeating Shane Thorne, with Brendan Vink. MVP and Tom Phillips did commentary for the episode. SmackDown results opened up from the Fox with Michael Cole. Welcome us. Chimed in Corey Grace. Let's go over to the show. We go to the ring for another must-see edition of Dirt Sheet with John Morrison and The Miz. They start taking shots at Money in the Bank winner Otis. They talk about last Friday's loss to Otis and the Universal Champion Braun Strowman. Miz has a Dirt Sheet exclusive. The reveal of a new Firefly Funhouse puppet that Bray Wyatt really rejected. We see the mock puppets on the big screen, and they take shots at Strowman. This goes on until the music interrupts, and out comes Strowman with the title around his waist. Strowman has Miz and Morrison shoo as they look on from the corner. He tosses the chair they were using. Strowman admits that they're kind of funny, and the show isn't half bad. He thanks them for having him on the show, but they're pretty sure he's not booked. Strowman wants to talk about Wyatt and his puppets. They warn Braun how dangerous Wyatt is. Morrison and Strowman have some words, leading to a match between Strowman and Miz. Strowman warns that the Miz is about to get these hands. We've got a commercial. Strowman versus Miz. Back for the right, Universal Champion Braun Strowman stares Miz down for the non-title action. John Morrison's watching from ringside and has words with Strowman. Strowman takes control with ease and runs over Miz a few times. Strowman with a big shoulder tackle. Miz finally dumps Strowman to the apron over the top rope. Miz sends Strowman down with a knee. Morrison runs and leaps off the barrier, connecting with a big kick to the face. Referee doesn't see it. Strowman stumbles around at ringside. Miz comes to capitalize as Miz had the referee distracted. Capitalize on the floor. Strowman ends up getting sent into the steel ring steps. They bring him back in the ring. Miz launches himself at Strowman. Miz flies back in, and Strowman catches him. Miz with a rake to the eyes. While the referee isn't looking, Miz with a kick to the face. Drop kick to the knee, another kick to the face. Strowman blocks the DDT and rams Miz back in the corner. Strowman just launches Miz across the ring with ease now. Strowman splashes Miz in the corner and drops Morrison off the apron with a big right hand. Strowman manhandles Miz some more in the middle of the ring. Strowman shoots Miz up for the big running power slam in the middle of the ring and gets the win. After the match, Strowman stands tall as the music plays. We got a replay. Strowman raises the title in the air and turns to look down at Miz, who is being checked on by the referees. Morrison takes the mic and challenges Strowman to a handicap match for the title at Backlash. Strowman accepts the challenge and makes his exit as the music starts back up. Announces hype Intercontinental title tournament, which is up next. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. We go back to the ring. Out comes AJ for the next first round match in the tournament for the vacant WWE Intercontinental title. Back with the right. Shinsuke is out as Greg Hamilton does the ring introduction. The winner advances to face Elias next week. Back and forth to start the match. Nakamura takes it against the ropes and referee counts. Nakamura takes AJ to the mat and they tackle for a second before getting back up. They trade more holds and trade few quick strikes on their feet. More back and forth until AJ drops Nakamura with a big drop kick. AJ takes Nakamura to the corner and chops him. Nakamura blocks the shot and elbows AJ in the mouth. Nakamura with a knee to the gut. AJ suckers Nakamura into the corner and drops him on the top turnbuckle. They trade more big strikes now. AJ with an insecurity to bring Nakamura to one knee. Nakamura counters and kicks AJ in the corner. More back and forth. Nakamura slides under AJ to the floor, dropping AJ onto his neck on the mat. Nakamura stands tall on the floor and poses as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Nakamura fights AJ off with big kicks. AJ goes down and Nakamura boots him in the head a few times, taunting him. AJ catches the kick and mounts more offense. Cole mentions that AJ has been officially traded from Raw to SmackDown for a future draft pick. Whatever. AJ keeps control and drops Nakamura with a Ushigoroshi. Nakamura kicks out at two. AJ ends up going for the calf crusher as the referee checks on Nakamura. Nakamura gets free, but AJ keeps fighting for another pin attempt. Nakamura counters and drops AJ with a Michinoku driver for a close 2 count. Nakamura shows frustration now. Nakamura comes back with a sliding knee. for another close 2 count. Nakamura charges for a concussion, but AJ ducks and rolls Nakamura up for a 2 count. Nakamura goes right into a triangle on the mat. AJ starts to fade. AJ powers up and drops Nakamura for a modified Styles Clash. Nakamura kicks out just in time. More back and forth. AJ flies in from the apron with a phenomenal forearm and pins him for the win. After the match, AJ stands tall. Music plays. AJ will now face Elias in the second round next week. We're getting a look at the updated tournament brackets. We see Charlotte Flair's appearance last week and the segment she had with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Banks and Bayley are backstage now. Bayley doesn't want Banks in her corner tonight because people think she can't win on her own. Banks is taken back a bit. There's some awkwardness between them, but Bayley shows solidarity and walks off, telling Banks she will see her out there. We go to commercial. Back from break, we get a plug for WWE Hall of Famer Edge versus Orton at Backlash. Charlotte versus Bayley. Go back to ring for non-title champion versus champion matches. The NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair, makes her way out first. SmackDown Champion goes out next by herself. Bell rings and they go at it. Flair drops Bayley first, talks trash, sends her into the corner. Flair with a big chop in the corner. Flair takes Bayley into another corner, head first. Bayley moves and Flair hurts the turnbuckle. Bayley strikes and covers for a quick 1 count. Bayley turns Flair. Edge we see Sasha Banks watching backstage. They lock up again and Flair goes behind to control Bayley. Bayley turns it around, but Flair back elbows her in the mouth. Flair approaches, but Bayley takes her down and uses the ropes for leverage, but the referee catches her. Flair takes Bayley down and does the same, using her legs on the ropes. They go to lock up again, but Flair kicks Bayley in the gut. Bayley sends Flair to the apron, but Flair lands a big knee, sending her to the floor. Bayley grabs Flair's boot and drops her on the apron. Bayley goes for a baseball side, but Flair drops her. Flair stalks Bayley on the floor as the referee counts. Flair launches Bayley over the barrier. Flair grabs a headset from the announcers and calls Banks out so she can kick both of their butts. Referee continues to count, and Flair stands tall on the outside, posing. Go back to commercial. Back to the break. Flair talks trash while having Bayley grounded in the middle of the ring. Flair goes to the top for the moonsault, but Bayley cuts her off. Bayley looks to capitalize, but runs into a knee. Flair goes for a running boot, but gets hung up on the rope. She ends up on the floor, and Bayley kicks her spine first into the ring post. Bayley goes for a drop kick through the ropes, but Flair moves and rocks her. Bayley keeps fighting and sending Flair into the barrier. Bayley keeps control and comes back in, ordering the referee to count Flair out. She brings it back in, and Bayley covers for a 1 count. Bayley works Flair over on the ropes, now as the referee warns her. Flair fights back and rolls Bayley up for a 2 count. Bayley comes right back with a clothesline for a 1 count. Bayley keeps Flair grounded with a headlock. Flair fights out with lefts and rights. Bayley responds with a knee to the gut. Bayley leaps, but Flair catches her and nails a follow-away slam. Flair blocks a right hand and beats Bayley in the corner. Bayley turns it around with a shoulder thrust. Bayley misses in the corner, and Flair hits the neck breaker into the face. First turnbuckle shot. Flair goes to the top for a moonsault, but has to land on her feet. She follows up with a running boot, but Bayley kicks out too. Flair stomps away while Bayley is down. Focusing on her legs, Bayley kicks Flair away and drops her over on the second rope. Flair takes a running knee in the corner. Bayley goes to the top for a flying elbow, but Flair gets her knees up. Flair goes right into the Boston Crab. Bayley counters for a 2 count. Flair charges, but Bayley sends her into the middle turnbuckle. Bayley goes up top, hits an elbow drop, but Flair kicks out just in time. Bayley shows frustration out, yelling at the announcers. Flair tells Bayley to bring it. Bayley talks more trash back to her. Flair takes chops from Bayley and keeps telling her to bring it. Bayley unloads with the chops. Bayley does a woo and steals her line. Goes for the figure 4, but Flair drops her with the right hand. Flair chops Bayley into the corner with the big chops. The referee warns her. Bayley with a kick to the head. Flair counters and trade roll-up pin attempts on the mat. Bayley holds on to the ropes and gets a roll-up for the pin and the win. She beat the dirtiest fight in the game. After the match, Bayley sits up against the barrier and brags about the win as the music plays. Flair is all smiles as she acknowledges the loss. You had to cheat to win. We go to replays. Bayley takes her title to the ramp as her arm raised as Flair looks on. So to come second, Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. Also mixed tag team action. Back to commercial. Back for the break, Sasha is congratulating Bayley on the win. Looks like there might be some tension, but they hug. Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler versus Mandy Rose and Otis. Mixed tag. We got the ring out first. Comes Sonya. Dolph is out next, and they head to the ring together. Mandy was out first for her team. Out last comes Otis with it. Money Bank briefcase. Otis and Mandy head to the ring together. The two sides have words before the bell. Rose starts off with Deville, but before they can do it, go at it. Otis and Ziggler come in. Ziggler goes for the leg, but Otis tosses him away. Ziggler comes back, and Otis scoops him, then spins him around for a slam. Otis with a running splash in the corner. Otis dances around as Ziggler rolls to the ropes for a breather. Deville tags in, and then comes Rose. Deville rams Rose back into the corner and hits her with a shoulder thrust. Deville manhandles Rose in the corner some. Rose comes out and tackles Deville with strikes. Otis and Ziggler end up going at it on the floor. Ziggler sends Otis into the steel steps. Rose goes right to the floor to check on Otis while he's down. Clutching his shoulder, we go to commercial with Otis and Mandy on the outside. Back for the break, Deville is manhandling Rose on the mat. Otis is still down on the floor, clutching his shoulder. Deville taunts Rose, sends her back into the corner for more right hands. Rose rocks Deville and fights her way out, rolling Deville for a quick 1 count. Deville comes right back and drops Rose. Otis is back on the apron now. Deville taunts Otis while working Rose over in the middle of the ring. Otis tries to rally up Rose for a tag. Rose with a jawbreaker to Deville. Deville stops her from tagging. Deville with a big kick to Rose to taunt Otis. Deville with more big kicks while Rose is on her knees. More back and forth now. As Rose finally gets an opening, Ziggler and Otis reach for tags as the referee counts. Deville gets up first, but Rose kicks her away. Otis tags in, as does Ziggler. Otis strikes first and drives Ziggler into the mat. Then to the corner. Ziggler rocks Otis back, but Otis smashes him in the corner. Otis with a running smash in the corner, and Ziggler goes down. Otis dances around, but doesn't capitalize as Deville tags in. Rose has to come in, but she nails the clothesline to Deville. Rose unloads on as Otis decks Ziggler on the outside and beats him around. Rose with more offense on Deville for a 2 count. Otis and Ziggler continue brawling on the floor. Deville blocks the double underhook from Rose and rocks her with a knee. Ziggler holds Otis back from coming in to make the save. Deville goes on and nails another knee to the back of the head for the pin and the win. After the bell, Otis comes in to check on Rose as Deville makes her exit. Ziggler runs in and super kicks Otis in the face while he's tending to Rose. We go to replays. Ziggler and Deville back up the ramp together, taunting Otis and Rose. We see Jeff Hardy backstage. He asked the WWE Universe to join him for one more good run 2 weeks in a row, 2 weeks ago, but he didn't know where that journey would lead him. It's a mystery no more as he goes for the Intercontinental title, which is near and dear to his heart. Not just because of the legends who have held it in the past, but because it was his first singles title. Hardy says if he could win that title one more time, everything would come full circle. And what better way to start that journey than to beat the bully that tried to tear him down. Hardy goes on and says his path to glory runs right through Sheamus tonight. Back to commercial. And we get it back from the break. We get a graphic in memory of Shad Gaspard. We get a backstage promo from the Forgotten Sons, Jackson Riker, Wesley Blake, and Steve Cutler. A disclaimer graphic was shown before the promo. Cutler speaks and says they've all had their tough times, like their brothers they served with. In adjusting to life back home, they had their dark times, but if that makes you feel uncomfortable, then it should. Cutler says that's their blood on your hands, but what's only fair is now they have your blood on their hands. Announced to confirm Miz and Morrison versus Braun Strowman for Backlash. Miz and Morrison are backstage, and Miz isn't thrilled with the match. Renee Young approaches and asks if they think that they will win at Backlash after Braun has defeated them both. Morrison points out Braun has had a bad track record in the handicap matches. They go on about how they're going to win at Backlash. Miz says they're going to make Braun's life a living hell. They dance around and chant, hey, hey, ho, ho. Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, an end your segment. Good look at the recent happening between Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. In a Intercontinental Tournament match, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. Go back. And it's time for the first round match to crown a new Intercontinental Champion. Jeff Hardy makes his way out first for tonight's main event. Back to commercial. Back to the ring, out comes Sheamus as Hardy stares him down. Winner of this match will face Daniel Bryan next Friday. The bell rings and Sheamus takes Hardy to the corner as the referee backs him off. Sheamus rams Hardy into another corner, but Hardy ducks the clothesline. Hardy takes Sheamus down and grounds him. More back and forth. Sheamus rocks Hardy against the ropes and boots him down as the referee warns him. Sheamus rocks Hardy against the ropes and talks some trash. Hardy kicks Sheamus in the head and nails the forearm in the ropes. Hardy comes back at him, but Sheamus drops him with a back elbow. In the middle of the ring, Sheamus with a big forearm to the chest while holding Hardy on the apron. But Hardy counters and drops him over the top rope. Sheamus charges and Jeff sends him out to the floor. Jeff drop kicks through the ropes, sending Sheamus into the announce table. Jeff leaps off the apron, but Sheamus catches him and slams him into the ring post. Sheamus keeps Hardy in his arms and lifts him up high above his head, then launches him onto the top of the announce table. Sheamus yells at Cole, backing up him against the barrier. Sheamus turns his attention back to Hardy as we go back to commercial. Back to the ring, Sheamus is yelling at Hardy while manhandling him in the middle of the ring. Hardy fights out, but Sheamus pulls him back to the mat. Sheamus then drops a big knee and another, and then another. Sheamus drops another knee to the face and holds it there. Sheamus taunts Jeff. Jeff fights up and out of the corner, but Sheamus beats him back down. Sheamus tells the announcers, this is a slaughter. Graves agrees. Hardy dodges the clothesline, but Sheamus connects with the next clothesline attempt. Hardy goes down. Sheamus talks trash in Jeff's face while he's down. Jeff fights back and tries to mount offense. Sheamus runs to an elbow in the corner. Jeff goes up top, nails the whisper to win for 1 count. Sheamus comes back and nails the Irish curse backbreaker, and then another. Sheamus sends Jeff to the apron now. Sheamus unloads with a forearm to the chest chops while Hardy is on the apron, facing the announcers. Sheamus is still all smiles as he wastes more time. Sheamus wastes more time again, and Hardy counters the move. Hardy looks him out offense. Sheamus charges in the corner, but Jeff moves, and he hits the ring post shoulder first. Hardy droops Sheamus and hits the inverted atomic drop. Hardy with a signature leg drop and a basement drop kick for a close 2 count. Sheamus blocks a twist of fate and rolls to the floor for a breather. Jeff follows and sends Sheamus into the ring post again, shoulder first. Jeff runs the top of the barrier and does a flying clothesline on the floor. Referee counts, but Jeff still brings it back in. We go to the top for a swanton, but Sheamus gets his knees up. Jeff kicks out 2. Sheamus can't believe it and shows some frustration. Sheamus levels Jeff with a huge knee for another 2 count. Sheamus ready for the bro kick, but Jeff ducks. Sheamus comes right back and scoops Hardy, but Hardy slides down and rolls Sheamus up for the pin out of nowhere to win. After the belt, Jeff goes right to the floor as Sheamus gets to his feet. He's furious. Jeff's music hits and Sheamus yells at him. We go to replay. Sheamus continues yelling at Jeff as Cole Saul looks at the tournament brackets. Hardy versus Bryan and Elias versus Styles. It's confirmed for next week's semifinals. Sheamus looks out at Hardy and he's not happy with the loss. 205 Live is up. As advertised, Isaiah Scott versus Tyler Breeze, O'Neal Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Ever Rise, Chase Parker and Matt Martell. Commentated by Saxon and Corey Graves. As fans to a brand new edition of 205 Live. We begin the night with some tag team action. O'Neal Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Ever Rise. Danny Burch and Martel start the match up. After locking up, Burch backs Martel up the corner. Burch makes a clean break. Martel gets a shot in after a reset. They tag in Chase. They tag in Chase Parker. Burch sends Parker down on the mat. Drags him over to his corner. Tags in Lower Can. Lower Can connects several thunderous chops on Parker. Parker whips Lower Can across the ring. Lower Can fights back with an uppercut. All four men are now in the ring. Lower Can has a half crab on Parker before Martel comes in and breaks it up. Martel keeps Lower Can near his corner. He keeps his smash down before tagging in Parker. Ever arrives with Lower Can toward the corner. Martel now becomes the legal man. He puts Lower Can in a side headlock. Lower Can counters with a swinging neck breaker. Lower Can tags in Burch. Martel tags in Parker. Burch slams Parker down with a release German suplex. Burch goes for a cover. Martel runs in to break up the pin. Everrise teams up again and with a double maneuver off the top rope. Lower Can makes his way back into break the cover on Burch. Both Burch and Lower Can lock in a crossface and half crab hold on Martel and Parker. Everrise taps. Lower Can and Burch win the match. Next match we got Saxon and Graves running through past week's cruiserweight tournament on NXT. And now the main event: Isaiah Scott versus Tyler Breeze. Both men switch wrist lock control. Tyler runs through. Isaiah rolls Breeze up after being cornered. They reset the match. Scott whips Breeze towards the corner. Scott missteps Breeze and takes advantage of Scott's misstep with a kick off the apron. After Breeze catches Scott on the outside, Breeze rolls Scott back in the ring. Breeze goes for a suplex, then a cover. Scott kicks out of two. Breeze sends Scott spine first towards the turnbuckle. Scott's getting fired up. Scott knocks Breeze up on his feet with a heavy right hand, then a knee strike. Scott sends Breeze towards the barricade. Scott positions himself up on the middle rope. Breeze ducks Scott, then kicks Scott right towards his midsection. Scott sends Breeze backwards with another suplex. Scott goes for a lateral press pin. Breeze kicks out of two. Scott misses house call. Breeze connects with a supermodel kick. Breeze goes for another cover. Scott kicks out again. Scott ascends towards the top and slides underneath Breeze. Scott delivers a confidence boost and wins the match. And that concludes this week's results for 205 Live, Main Event, and SmackDown. Thanks and peace out. See you on the video. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.